One,
To the Knowledge Radio.
we in here. What you got? Dot.
Work hard as a slave to one day be your savior. The wave unwavering. This is a labor of love. Rise with a purpose every day. Invigorated. If we were on TV, we'd be 10 times syndicated. If we waited for validation, a paycheck or accolades, we'd be starved, already lost or ran away. But when you're square solid and you circle too, you don't need a place for silence. The concept is conquered through media, not areas of people activity. A mix that don't lose ethnicity, tightness that don't lose elasticity. Explicitly, this isn't where we give the novice regard. Nah, this is where knowledge is born. Last time that I checked, I'm undefeated. Deliver edicts, can't resist when the gods build and manifest freedom. When lines get crossed, they may push a loss, cause they get handed a check. We kick a can and cancel your cancerous gestures. A prophet vision, precision, the prescription for the sickness is to inoculate your fate with the winning. Arrogant beginnings turn to humble endings. And US with KBA is a win-win. 1K, 1K.
Years ago, long time ago. We live, Piece of Black Power, another episode of Knowledge Radio. Host. I told y'all we on this road. We over here in the West. You understand what I'm saying? We're in the West. We in the sanctuary. This is a holy ground. You see what I'm saying? So we here with our brothers, man, on Transformation Sunday. They over here changing lives every single day. And this is a place where you can come get your life changed. Somebody fitness. This episode is brought to you by Tommy Sykes, the man who made legend. Our superhero in real life. You understand what I'm saying? He allowed us into the space today so we can get into some intricacies, some West Coast Valley intricacies. So y'all see these masterminds here. You understand what I'm saying? So let me allow myself to introduce something. The soultastic, alchemical master group that's together. You understand what I'm saying? They forces by themselves, but it's the bond when they're together. You understand what I'm saying? So we got our brother Chosen in the building. You see what I'm saying? Chosen by God. He leaving us, on a path to redemption and transformation. You understand what I'm saying? And we got life. So we got a chosen life force that's here bringing you back from a dead state to a state of wellness and awareness in a place where you can get your body, mind, and spirit slimmed down. You understand what I'm saying? So we dealing with Sunday transformation, and they got some soul-tastic alchemical music for your mind, your body, and your spirit, and it sound good, and it sound funky. It got slapped. You understand? It got slapped. Replay value. You understand what I'm saying? So we making it happen, man, right here. California, in the valley, 818. How y'all feel today?
Man, bless, brother.
That introduction, though, that was crazy.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's
He was like, who is he talking about?
Man.
Y'all got some other homies coming up in here today. Talking about y'all, man. I mean, first I'm gonna start like this. I love y'all music. I love y'all music, how it sounds and how it feels. What I love more is what you're saying. You see what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of other messages that are out here diverting out people, pushing them on the path towards destruction. Y'all giving life, y'all giving real food in a palatable way. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes we get out here and we like, yeah, I want to rhyme, I want to help my people, and we start sounding public enemy-ish. You see what I'm saying? And that was good for a time. Right. But you have to, deal with all of the sensories for our people. They gotta hear it, they gotta feel it, they gotta smell it, they gotta taste it. You see what I'm saying? And it has to agree. Because if one thing is off, it's off. Because we got our people attention for about 5 seconds. Right. They're like, nah. You're like, yo, you ain't even listening or not. I'm good on that. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all mask it in a way, and I want to get to that. Y'all mask it in a way too. They toe tapping, they two stepping, whatever they're doing. You see what I'm saying? And then they get hit with the jewels in between. You see what I'm saying? So how do y'all do that? Before y'all even introduce yourself, like how do y'all do that well in the way that it's inviting, it's warm, but you're gonna get hit in the head with that real quick. You wouldn't even know you got hit with it. You see what I'm saying? And
Get that
how
right.
did that sound kind of bring y'all?
Right.
So how that sound brings together?
I think it's just me and him kind of both grew up in a similar way where we were both encouraged by the people around us to always be truthful, you know, and especially with something like our gifts, something like we're passionate about. So I think it just kind of it transferred over, you know, once we decided we wanted to be artists. It was kind of a no-brainer, like I gotta bring forth the truth, you know. Like we really feel like we servants, you know, out here in this world. So that's our main agenda is to bring forth the truth.
Yeah, the spirit told me that we gotta make the truth fun.
Yeah,
So, you know, that our job was to make the truth fun. You know that we gotta get it out, you know, to everybody's ears. You know, we gotta reach the kids, we gotta reach, you know,
yeah.
the
Homies on the
adults,
block. Yeah,
everybody. So that was a calling, you can say.
That's a beautiful thing because we are fathers in here. You see what I'm saying? And many of us grew up without fathers. We had to figure it out. And there's no instruction. You know what I'm saying? To be young black men out here trying to get it in out of the mud, you know, in the concrete jungles with no guidance and no instruction manual. You see what I'm saying? All was left of was the game. So either you got hip to the game or you was in the game. Right? You see what I'm saying? So there are a lot of influences pulling at us along the way. And we could any kind of, and then even with the fact with children, because children used to be something you would see that would change them. You see what I'm saying? So with manhood being optional nowadays, if you don't like the whole kind of way optional, you know, how is it for y'all as, you know, black men and black fathers out there raising black children, you know, amidst everything that was going on that we know that's out here, everything actually superimposed now.
Question.
Say that one more time, because I was in the world. I was in.
It's
Right.
picturesque, like
Yeah.
you dove in.
I was seeing it. You were saying it.
Right, so
Say it again.
as black men, as fathers, like how, you know, is it for you navigating those waters with all of these influences that's out here for our children? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Just by being the thing that, you know, that I wanted. Like I didn't have a pops, you know, so, you know, I had to learn hands-on what a man is, you know, and what a man was, you know, so I had to learn from all of his mistakes, from the man's mistakes, you know, so I watched that, you know, and I said that, you know, I was going to do the opposite, you know, of a man, you know, so I'm, you know, now I instruct out of that, you know, that we can be great, you know, that we can be men, you know, who take care of our families, you know, we take care of their siblings, you know, take care of everybody, you know, that's a role of a man, you know, that's how I teach it now. What?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like the opposite. Like I had a father in the home, you know, but I learned as I got older what was more important as far as being, like you said, being a father. I think presence is like huge, you know, it's like top of that list. So that's one thing, unfortunately, that lacked in the relationship with me and my dad is that his presence was never in the home. He was working, and it was like once he got off, boom, he was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it was just me and moms for a little while. So yeah, like as I got older, I really focused on that. I was like, I told myself, whenever I have children, I'm gonna make sure that I'm present. You know, more than anything. It's good to work hard and make that money and give them that life that we didn't have, but you know, at the same time, you gotta be there, bro, because they really one time it was passed down to me from a good friend of mine. He said, man, a lot of times your children, when they look at you at a certain age, you're like their God, you know? So that really hit me hard, man. I really got a big example out here.
be present with God on that.
Right.
They hear what we saying,
Everything.
but they know what we doing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They're doing what we're doing.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? You know, for the mother, she provides counsel. She provides the counsel. She's the wonderful counselor. She can tell that you ailing from over there. She don't even got to be nowhere near you. What's wrong with you? You see what I'm saying?
Feel it.
So for men, we provide the guidance. For our sons and our daughters, you see what I'm saying? She's gonna pick her man off of you. You know, so that guidance, that example. So we will rightly guide them. Then we can guide because we're guides. Simply, you see what I'm saying? That's what father is in essence. You know, definitively, we are guides. So if we seen our fathers on some other shit, we gonna be on some other shit. You see what I'm saying? So that was very important and pivotal in places where this may be the only time in a young Black person's life that they see a Black man. You understand what I'm saying? That's pivotal. So we seen the results of what it looked like without. You see what I'm saying? So now creating a new normal, because the normal was without. Now we're dealing with. And what you're saying, being present in the moment, is so critical.
Right.
Like my pops was revolutionary. I'm revolutionary, like my pops. But my pops chose the revolution over his family. You see what I'm saying? So he did what he had to do and everything that came along with it. So many a times we might meet some freedom fighters or someone who have put down, they're estranged with their family because they chose the collective family over their family. So trying to balance what's going on and being present in the home and being present in your community. You see what I'm saying? That's a calling too. You know what I mean? So that leaves, you know, the women in our life to very burdensome with the task of trying to raise something that they're not men. You see what I'm saying? So if we cased up or we out there, you know, in the midst of everything, even if we just working a 12-hour gig, you understand what I'm saying? Like we say we out there for our family, but what's our interface with our family when we get to them? You see what I'm saying? After all of that, you don't want nothing. You don't want to hear nothing. You better not even breathe by me. You see what I'm saying? So what you're doing for your family is in direct conflict with your family. You have war with your family, you don't even know. You see what I'm saying? So that is a kind of segue into, you know, the music, the arts, you know, the sciences, all of that together. And you put truth in the music and you put fun in the music. It feels fun. I still hear the truth though. You see what I'm saying? Like you feel like it's supposed to feel. So what's the message? What's the goal? What's the aim? What's the objective? Because I got like a family reunion vibe from what you're saying. You know, my grandma, my mom, my aunties, you know, everybody can come together around music. The same thing that brought us together initially. You see what I'm saying? And we over here in the West where there was no pattern for hip hop. There was no pattern for hip hop. This was G-Funk. You see what I'm saying? So G-Funk was what morphed into what hip hop was. So you're breaking a mold and creating a sound from there was no sound. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, versus the East Coast, like they had a way to break it in from, you know, the pop and all of that to what will become rap, which will later become hip hop. You know, y'all had the real music though. Y'all had real soulful music. Y'all had real funk. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that morphed into what we would hear and see later. So y'all with the heavy musical influence, y'all got this alchemical blend. You see what I'm saying? You got chosen with the best vocals in the universe. You understand what I'm saying? And life with the porridge. You understand what I'm saying? Like to put that together, like the good porridge that one that had was the little Goldilocks. She fell asleep after she got it. It's like she had to, she got some of that. You know what I'm saying? She got some of that good porridge. She was laid out. So let's talk about the food. Let's talk about that. Let's start with the name and let's go.
Yeah.
Childlike.
Like you said, it's chosen of life, but together we're childlike. And that's with a K.
Childlike, it's actually from the scriptures where it said, Jesus says that the only way to get into heaven is if you are childlike, and that you change your ways. So, so we wanted to give folks the password, We wanted to give them the way into, to heaven, through our music, through our sounds, through, just our freedoms,
Yeah, and another meaning that derives from childlike is like, we feel like when we were children, that's kind of like the majority of us. That was the stage where we started dreaming, about what we wanted to be when we became adults. And then sometimes you got that class of human beings who they get blessed with their gift early. God lets you know what your passion is early, and we feel like we represent those individuals. Like we knew when we were kids what we wanted to be. So childlike represents for everybody out there, man. It's just dreaming, bro. And not giving up on their dream, regardless of all of the restrictions that's around us. You know what I mean?
Or what everyone has, said, that you could do, or what you can't do, or anything. It's just still living your childhood dream, still going for it, and really living this thing out.
Yeah, the journey. You dig? Yeah. That's what it's all about, man.
So y'all too, y'all been around, y'all research.
We've been around each other since
I think it was 10, right?
10, yeah.
10 mark. Yeah.
So what was it about each other when y'all linked up? Why did you want to work and vice versa?
This dude had 10 mixtape. He had 10 gospel mixtapes. So when and I was trying to get my first album out. So when I heard one of his songs, I was like, dude, you gotta be on my stuff because you talking my language. So then, once we
did that, it was like, because like I said, I had 10 gospel mixtapes. I started off as a gospel rapper, in the beginning. And man, I just grew, I just elevated just in my whole understanding of who God is in my relationship, man. So I realized I was restricted in that particular segment of music, calling myself a gospel rapper. And I'm just an artist, rapper, shows your body, And you learn as you get into the more deeper into the industry, like it's more politics in the gospel, arena. So yeah, we was both on that same vibe, man. We both have just a passion and a love for Yah, and Yahshua is ruler of our lives. So it was already kind of that instant kind of spiritual connection from the jump. And another cool thing was I had just graduated from engineering school. So I was recording and mixing my own stuff like for 10 years plus, and then getting some professional teaching on top of that. Like it really, like my level of production stepped up. And he was a person who was looking to get in the studio as well, start recording, hearing his voice and things of that sort. And it was like, it just made sense. We were both hungry at that time. And yeah, man, we just was making magic from the rip.
See, I'm the more the business side of everything.
Definitely.
So so I flipped a student loan, into a studio. So because I, once I heard him, and then I'm like, man, I got this gift. We gotta do this. So once we did that, it was just like history now. Man,
You sure?
yes.
That's like magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's super dope is like he sings and I rap, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're getting the best of both worlds. And like you spoke about earlier about influences, we just blessed. We was kids growing up in the 90s. We got a chance to experience like that whole era of music, man. So a lot of that is still in us, that DNA. We cut from that cloth, so you're gonna hear that type of energy and vibe, for sure.
Yeah. Now y'all get into, y'all got a range in regards to subject matter topics that you do. Y'all go from 0 to 100 real quick too. Like, I love it, man. In regards to like a message, like just say for example, like reparations. You see what I'm saying? And I seen another slogan that y'all got now. You see what I'm saying? So, break that down for us. I seen a little Dr. Claude Anderson, I had a hand over my heart. You understand? Like, so it's certain nuances that go along with it. So.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're just Black men. We're proud, to be blessed with this position as artists and service. And, our truth, man, is very broad. We getting out and touching on a lot of topics that's going to help push forward us as Black people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you'll get a song like Now or Never. You'll get a song called Reparations. But how it's just so dope because these songs they form organically. It's really based on our journey.
Yeah.
Like we really speak from what we live in. So
versus in a space where everything you're celebrated for being artificial.
Yeah.
That the faker you can be, the more you can augment your being, the more reward is there.
Yeah.
What's the studio session like?
Studio sessions.
It's beautiful because like I'm the engineer, so it's we got everything is in house.
So it's start to finish with
you. Yeah.
How important is that, you think, from that perspective? You took time over the years to learn and hone that craft.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself, or do y'all find yourselves? You said you immersed in the business side.
Yeah.
How do you put those things in a proper perspective in the way that they're supposed to go? Because you can get lost over there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can get lost in production.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can get lost in mixing and mastering. Like, like how golden you are to say, I can make the beat and I can do the post-production of the track. You don't have to outsource nothing. Like, you don't have to go to nobody and wait for 2 or 3 weeks and then you hear it. It's like, it sounds like shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you pay the grip for it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that kind of space can have you like all the way over here, so does your art suffer because your canvas is so big, or what is it? Or what you think?
I think in the beginning we kind of both suffered because we didn't really have the opportunity to get, to be accessible to other things that help us out, like him having access to an engineer, me having access to someone who's a businessman, great visionary. I was so engulfed in just the craft and just trying to be a dope MC. I'm not really focusing on, out there marketing, doing things like branding, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got somebody who's so focused on the business, he can't really focus on his craft. Art, you know what I mean? So it was just a beautiful balance, man, that took place. So we're not really suffering in that area. It's just more about us expanding now. Because now it's more like we're cool with the idea of having writers development, you know, and being in a session with other producers and engineers as well. It's just all about creating the best product we can create, you know.
But it seems that we intimidate everybody, like who wants to work with us. Nobody wants to work with us as far as other writers and things like that. I don't know. It is because we have it, you know, where he's a writer, I'm a writer, you know, he's the rapper, I'm a singer. But it's hard for us to find folks who want to work with us, you know.
Yeah.
You know, who want to dream with us. So so we have to always like work with each other.
Yeah,
You know? And that's the thing.
that's probably
Look
the
at how
negative
you
part.
push yourself.
Yeah.
Look at how
That
you position
creative.
yourself.
Yeah.
You're chosen. Right. And together, child. Everybody don't fit. They might fit in child.
Yeah, they do.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might fit in
We
child.
try to
They might be good with that. They might be good with
child.
child, but they might not be good with chosen.
That's what it was.
They may not ever have to chose their life. You understand what I'm saying? Because these are decisions that you have to make and that go along with it. And you can't just bring anything over this because we got it together.
We see.
So that's a blessing. You understand what I'm saying? That's a blessing. So you have to walk in your blessing. You know what I mean? Like if you look at David didn't look like no king. So he slayed Goliath. You see what I'm saying? Then everybody like, oh, but Saul said it from the beginning. He said, oh, here comes the king. You see what I'm saying? So he saw it. As a shepherd boy.
There's a few who see it. There's
See what I'm
very
saying?
few who see it. You know, but when they do see it, you know, we don't have any problem.
Right.
But
That's who's supposed to see.
that's it. There we go. The confirmation.
So let's transition into some of the outreach work y'all doing. You see what I'm saying? The community work out there, you know, helping people change their life.
Yes.
So choose a life.
Choose their life.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How does that work? How does that come
That's just, since it's our calling, we are just servants, so our job is, to help the poor, to help the children, is to help everyone, that we can reach, from our platform, so we have this song called Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And we started to go to what is it called?
Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Yeah.
And we just started to to feed them and clothe them, like on Juneteenth and things, just to to celebrate our freedom and stuff like that. We have daycares, where we're watching kids, whose moms, or who doesn't have a dad, who's on the county or something like that, and we, help them out. We hire women, we hire people, we have a nonprofit. We have foster cares, we just doing everything that we can do now, where we are now,
Right. As far as
where we're at now. Yeah. We have all these dreams, to do all of this, these great things, and help, and get reparations, for our folks. You know what I'm saying? We want to get everybody a bag. That's the dream. You know what I'm saying? But where we are right now, it is.
That's
what we're doing.
Y'all dealing with the real revelation.
Yes.
Now, it's now or never.
Now or never.
I heard this song. It's now or
It's
never.
now or never.
Yeah. The last thing I wanted to touch on, well, two things I want to touch on. Because, we hear in somebody fitness.
Hey,
See what I'm saying? Like,
Sites.
what's your relationship to this
Timing.
space? Like,
timing, man, it's see, we believe in wholeness, and and getting your body right.
Yeah.
is a large part of that. So we come to Slim Body. We bring the family here, the kids come here. Everybody has to get that part right too. Our body is a big part of the whole thing.
Definitely. Gotta get yourself in shape, and try your best to eat the right food, man. Gotta stay healthy. Gotta have that mind right, but make sure that body is right too.
Health is wealth.
Yeah. It's
You
real wealth.
know how you gonna reap all of the things that God has for you. If you are sick. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get your mind right, your body right, your spirit. You have to have alignment. So somebody is part of that alignment.
Sure. So that's a perfect segue to the last question. Balance and self-care. How important is that for you? Y'all got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? We glossed over some things, but I know there's more intricacy than what is being revealed. You see what I'm saying? So music, manhood, fatherhood, communityhood, spiritualhood, all of those things all together.
Bodies.
Right, all of those bodies that's in one body. That's a slim body because it's slim body. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all find the balance? Balance and self-care. How do y'all achieve? Is that a priority for us as well?
That is a huge priority, and actually, we got a song called "Balance" featuring Jim Jones on it, and that's on his way.
It's on his way. Shout out to Jimmy.
Shout out to Jim.
Shout out to Harlem.
Couple.
Dipset.
But how important is balance to us?
Yeah, balance is everything, man. Like you said, we made a song about it. At the end of the day, it's what's gonna keep you whole, like you said. We're all about being whole, and so once you reach that point, God can really use you, in a way where you're effective. Because at the end of the day, it's about us being impactful, and we can't do that. We're wasting our time.
What are we doing?
Right.
We're not effective.
All right, so final thoughts, shout outs, announcements, tell people where to find the music, how to support, what y'all doing. Anything y'all got coming up that y'all plug.
Yeah.
Right now, man, Khildlike is the movement. Just tap in with us, man, on our Instagram. That's that Khildlike with a K, Khildlike, and you can stay up to date with everything we got going.
Yeah.
Everything, man. We got cartoons. You know what I'm saying? We doing shows. We doing interviews, as you can see. It's a lot of good stuff, man, coming in 2022. And we just appreciate you, man, for having us on your platform, allowing us to get our truth out there, bro. Super big.
Y'all be on some more. Y'all look shy of me. You understand what I'm saying after a while? It's all good. Each one. We got more platforms that I'm connected with people, so I would be connected with those people. Appreciate you.
Shout out Slim Body.
Check out Slim Body, man. Get your fitness. Get your fitness on.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them that in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to the
motive
gritty
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.